All right, this is going to be a look at some Tyler Linderbaum film from the third preseason game against Washington. I believe he played 3 possessions. The third possession is a very short one. I think it's two plays, the second of which is the 67 or 64-yard touchdown pass to Demarcus Robinson from Anthony Brown. I thought the film was pretty encouraging. I know Linderbaum did have a hold called on him on a combo block. I think you see the skills. This is only going to be end zone angle footage for real. I think it's encouraging. I think the pass pro is encouraging, and the run block stuff on zone schemes looks fantastic if you ask me. Let's compare it to other centers that we've had in the past 3 or 4 years. I just think there is no comparison. On the run schemes, whether it's inside zone or split zone, or whether it's outside zone stretch, there's no comparison. If you want to talk about gap schemes, is he going to be able to back block on a D tackle when the run play is away from him? I mean, come on. Like, you're saying he can reach a damn 3 technique like he's going to do on the second play I show you, but he can't back block on that same 3 technique, or the guy's lined up in a shade or a 1 when they're pulling away from him, so he's away from the point of attack. That's ridiculous. So anyway, and no one is saying that now after seeing him play. I don't feel like anyone's saying that. I know Sip Tally did a film on him. I haven't had a chance to watch it because I've been traveling all day, so that's why this one's late. You're going to get Linderbaum here, pass pro. Very simple. I think this is a short, quick completion out to the left side. It's not like there's anything to really revealing about this with Linderbaum. Good base, good hand contact, stays on people, shows a little bit of a mean streak later on a play, if you ask me. Kind of an inconsequential rep, to be honest with you, but I thought I'd show you every one. Reaches a 3 technique here. This is consequential, if you ask me. Yeah, it's an unsuccessful play. You got Tyree Phillips and the right guard doing a pretty poor job, if you ask me, of handling this guy to this guy in any manner, and 67 trying to work up. But watch Linderbaum go get this 3 technique. That's a 3 technique right there. Outside shade of the guard. Tyler Linderbaum is the center. That's impressive. Yeah, there's a little bit of a chip, whatever you want to call it, combo by 67. I'm not talking about Tyree Phillips, totally losing his man. I'm not talking about 67. We know who those guys are. Tyler Linderbaum does not belong on the field here. The only other guy that I can say that about is Juwan James on this rep. He's able to, he gets a nice combo block by 69 up to the backside inside linebacker, and James is able to overtake the guy. So if we pause this here, the only 2 guys winning their blocks, really for real, is Jones and Linderbaum. Now, McKenzie did a nice job on this too, to combo the backside 3 technique up to the backside inside linebacker. That was not. He's in a tight 3. Maybe let's say he's in a 2. So he combos up to this guy. That's not an easy thing to do either by any means. It's doable. But what Linderbaum does by reaching a 3 technique with just a slight punch by 67 is pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. It is a loss on the play. Mike Davis breaking tackles, or coming close to breaking tackles on pretty much every play. I think our run blocking has been incredibly inconsistent in the preseason. Said that in a reaction video after this game. Another example of pass pro. Really not much to glean from this, to be honest with you. So we're just gonna skip it. It's a good rep, but there's not much to say about it. Tyler Linderbaum is making some of the calls. This is the stuff that is impressive. His combo blocks. I think he gets called for a hold here. Tyree Phillips is called for a clear hold on the backside. Is this a hold by Linderbaum? Yes, I believe it is. But it's the quickness. It's the suddenness. The suddenness of him. Well, let's let it run live one more time. It's the quickness with which he gets out there. I'm going to do the same thing I did in a film on Ronnie Stanley. I'm going to continue to run this back. This is the way that I watch film, where I was taught to watch film of offensive line with steps. He looks like he's going to board drill right here. This looks like the board drill 45 left, getting to the D tackle and then getting the inside linebacker. If that's annoying to you to watch, to see it repeatedly started like that, my apologies, but that's the way that we watch film when we're trying to see steps, when we're trying to see certain things. I think he's definitely got his hands on the outside here, and if I showed you the all-22 angle or from the broadcast view, you saw he was holding. I mean, we're beat here. We've got a guy inside shade here. There's really nowhere for Mike Davis to go with this thing. He breaks the tackle, which is what he's been doing all preseason. He's been breaking a tackle on pretty much every run play. I think Juwan James is pretty good in run blocking. I think he's serviceable. We got Ronnie back, so we may not really need him. But as an option out there at left tackle or right tackle, for that matter, if we had to use him in a certain game or a certain week, we could get the job done, especially in run blocking. I think Juwan James' run blocking is better than this pass pro at this point. in the preseason, and I don't know anything about grades or anything like that. I don't really pay attention to it. I just know what I see. All right, pass pro, and you're going to get a Ted blitz, or some people call it different things. So the nose tackle is going to cross Linderbaum's face from our right to left, Linderbaum's right to left, and then the D tackle, the 3 technique on the other side, is going to go behind him and just basically exchange rush gaps with him. And Linderbaum and McKenzie pick it up perfectly. I'm going to do the same thing. Just continuously pull this back to the start of the play so you can watch those guys switch their rush lanes. It's a quick throw. This route has been open all preseason for our tight ends. I mean, for real, this little just stop route or sit route, I think Rod Woodson called it. I call it a stop route. But it's been open all preseason. Solid. Linderbaum doesn't overcommit with his steps. 6-inch step on the first step, you can see it. And then he's able to pass that guy off to McKenzie and then take over the D tackle trying to exchange rush gaps. I call it a Ted stunt. Different people got different names. That was a 1st and 20 after the hold on Phillips. Of course, they declined the hold on Linderbaum for the 9-yard gain by Davis. So that was a 1st and 20. It was a 17-yard gain. This is, I believe, a 2nd and 3, the very next play, and a split zone. He's going to combo up to the 3 technique again and get the inside linebacker. We have not done a good job of running split zone in the preseason. Do I think we'll be better with our O-line, starting O-line? Absolutely, I do. 67 ain't doing a bad job here. He's getting helped by Phillips. He's got the Packers technique of grabbing with the play side arm. Say play side because these guys are working this way. That's what I call the play side. So I got to label it as split zone left. Some people would label it the other way because Boyle is kicking out to the right, and sometimes you get this little wind back, but it's a two-way go for the running back if you ask me. I think Linderbaum's doing a good job. You let me know what you think. We'll let it run back a couple times. Working his way up to the linebacker level. Again, trying to win to this side because to me, that's the play side here. Not talking about other guys, whether they're doing a good job or not. Davis got to cut it back, or chose to cut it back, ends up being like a gain of 2. Pass pro again here. He shooting his hand out to the right because he's not sure what that nose tackle is going to do. 67 takes over the nose tackle. If this really gets on you guys' nerves, running the play back repeatedly, from the start, let me know. That is how I learned to watch film, especially when you have a timeline like I do. It's obscured from your view at the bottom of the screen, but I have a timeline to just click on and reboot the play from a certain starting point, which is the snap in this case. I like Linderbaum's punch right here. With the hand. He's nasty. He's got a little bit of nasty to him, if you ask me. The guy takes his right arm, slaps it off of him. Linderbaum resets. Look, watch when Linderbaum resets that arm. He's trying to get it right back there. He shouldn't have it on the face mask, obviously, but they're hand fighting. And Linderbaum definitely not weak. That whole, he's holding, by the way. That whole narrative that, he wasn't a strong player, he was too small, all of those things. I think the film kind of indicates that might have been an exaggeration. Could he still have trouble with certain guys in the regular season? Absolutely. But hey, there's a whole lot of centers who have trouble with badass nose tackles. And let's be honest, the competition level that he's facing here, I'm not exactly sure who they are. I just know that when you watch the film, I call this base, and he's the only guy comboing. So to me, him comboing, right? He's comboing here. Look at the eyes. He's looking for the next level guy. But Phillips is asked to handle one guy. McKenzie asked to handle one guy. James, who's a little high on this play, if you ask me, asked to handle one guy. The only guy who's being asked to do more is Tyler Linderbaum. Why? He's probably the only guy capable of doing more in terms of this scheme. I hope that makes sense. It's not to say those other guys aren't good. It's just sheer facts. When someone is a better basketball player, they're going to be asked to handle the ball more. They're going to be asked to make more decisions. Are there times where I'd like to see his hand placement be a little different? Yeah. But to be honest with you, there's times where you want play side hand to be on the outside. It's not in every case, but I've seen it taught before. To be honest with you, I'm not going to belabor that point. I'm going to get certain people disagreeing, but there's times where you want that, for real, especially if you're reaching someone like I showed you on the second play. He's not trying to reach this guy. He's just trying to combo up. Kind of loses them a little bit. Touchdown play is going to be the last one I show you. The first touchdown to Demarcus Robinson. Pass pro again. I love what he's doing on this play. He's framing up with his right hand on 92, I believe. You can see him shoot the right hand out there now. All the steps are quite short. If you watched my video I did on Ronnie Stanley or the live stream I did Saturday morning, you know, I talked about you don't want your cleats in the air for a long time. Linderbaum's cleats are not in the air for a long time. Linderbaum's cleats are on the ground, or they're quickly transitioning to the ground. And then also too, he's got his hand on 92 here, but he's got his eyes here. So you've got a pressure key, which is his hand on the guy. So 92 is his pressure key, and then he's got a visual key as well. So he's able to do more, in my opinion, than a lot of our other linemen, especially, you know, the guys that were on the field in this game against Washington. I'll have a film coming out on Demarcus Robinson, either later on tonight or early tomorrow morning. I thought the film on Linderbaum was encouraging. You know, is he all-pro guy? Is he a top 10? I mean, come on. Dude's played 3 possessions. All I know is he's a vast improvement over the center. He appears to be a vast improvement over the centers we've had in recent years on the stretch and zone stuff. Let's start there, okay? He appears to be someone who's got a little bit of a nasty streak. You see maybe 2 examples of it in this video. I like the linemen that kind of put their hands up near a guy's chin sometimes. I don't want to see them be in the face mask or in their neck, because that's going to get called depending on the leverage and stuff like that. And with him being shorter than a lot of D linemen he's going to face, D tackles he's going to face, if he's getting his hands up in the neck, then it's going to look like the face mask. That's, you know, hopefully the way I said it makes sense. It's going to cause the head to jar back just because of the angle. But so those 2 things, and then I think he looks fine in pass pro. I do. You know, you let me know what you see. I didn't break down certain parts of the technique, but I love how his cleats are not. His cleats are in the ground generally, or they're transitioning back to the ground. You're talking about short steps the way they should be, not taking elongated steps, and his posture doesn't get broken down on contact. I've talked about that at least twice in other videos, including the live stream Saturday morning, and his posture does not get broken when he's making contact with people. The wrestling background probably helps him with that. You know, for real, posture, meaning his ability to be in an athletic stance with power angles, power angles in his ankles, power angles in his knees, angles, not standing high, and then ability to retain explosiveness while making contact and staying in good body position. Maybe there's a better way I need to explain that, but hopefully you get the point. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. But it's a fun one to see, man. I want to see more film of Linderbaum. I'm probably going to take more look at this film and compare it to some of his college film. I'm not going to show the college film, obviously, and just have maybe a little commentary video about it later. I think we got a tremendous improvement at center. I think that the film shows the potential for that. Let me rephrase. We want to see him stay healthy, clearly, and I want to see the stretch and zone schemes used more. They haven't worked well in the preseason, though, for real. So, if you want to say, Coach, they're not working, I mean, you do have a point, but 4/5 of our offensive line hasn't played hardly at all. Let me know what you guys think of the video in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so now.